Hello and welcome to my channel. So we're going to go over two different cases. There was an unidentified female on the Doe Network, and they discovered her November 23rd, 2016 in Knoxville, Tennessee, and they believe her estimated time of death was 5 years prior. Now this is a reconstruction, so there's notes about the artist rendering and reconstruction. She may have looked like this. I don't know how they do the reconstruction because they only have partial skeleton parts. It says not recognizable. So if you're looking at this and you've got somebody missing that fits that, and that's not exactly what they look like, they don't look like that, you have to remember that this is just them trying to do this with a partial skeleton, and that wasn't recognizable. So if you know somebody that went missing in Knoxville, Tennessee, and 5 years prior, they believe, was the time that she died. So that would have been, what, 2011? So around that time, ages 35 to 50 years old, white female. She was about 5 foot 5 inches tall. They don't know how much she weighed. They don't know her hair color or eye color or anything like that. They do have her dentals and her DNA available. So if you know somebody that went missing, and maybe you haven't reported them as missing, you don't know what happened to them. There was no clothing found or jewelry or anything. And the skeleton remains were found in a homeless camp. But that doesn't mean that she could have been killed and dropped there or hidden there. And they could have decided to camp there and just happened to run across her bones. And this is who you contact. And it may not be the same person because maybe it hasn't been updated, but there's the agency phone number, or you can get a hold of the Knoxville Police Department. So if you know somebody that's missing, maybe you haven't reported them missing, maybe you don't know what happened to a loved one, because this person, they don't know who it is. So hopefully somebody can figure out who it is and contact them. And like I said, you don't go exactly by what it looks like because that's just a partial skeleton, and they're just trying to do an artist rent. That may not be what they look like. If you have a loved one and you haven't reported them missing, you don't know what happened to them, you should report it so that people can locate them. And then we have this person, because this is the only person missing that I could find that fit the description at all during that year. So there's a Janice Ruth LaPlant. So this is a separate case. And she was endangered missing since July 25th, 2011. She went missing in Lincoln, Alabama. She was born 1962. She was 49 years old, a white female, 5'2" to 5'5", 90 to 115 pounds. Brown hair with partially graying roots, shoulder length. Her eyes, one was blue-green and the other one was black. She went by the nickname Becky. She was partially blind in one eye. She had a C-section scar, multiple lung surgeries, two big scars on each side toward her back, missing one front tooth. Just the dentals are available, I believe. So if they have them, they don't. Maybe they could go by the family's DNA. I don't know. But there's her clothing that she was wearing. She lived in the Lincoln Manor Apartment complex with her boyfriend. On the night of July 25th, 2011, she was drinking with neighbors in the complex parking lot. Her and her former brother-in-law walked to a nearby store to buy more beer. He returned without her, stating she saw a friend and told him to go and return to the complex without her. So he returned without her, and she didn't have a vehicle, and there hasn't been any activity on at all about regarding her social security number or anything. They haven't heard anything since then. So they're worried about her and they don't know what happened to her. So if you know anything, and just, and I know this probably isn't the unidentified female, but if you look at the driving distance, it looks like it's pretty much almost a straight shot, but it's like over 4 hours drive. But I don't know. It's just the only one that I saw that would fit that. So it's just really sad. So there's two different cases, and here's another picture of her, and her family's worried about her, and she's been missing since 2011. So there's the information. So, see, it shows her daughter. People are praying, so please pray for her family and that she's okay. But if you know anything about her, if you know anything about, if you have any information, you should contact the authorities. Also, the unidentified female, if you have someone that's missing, I just don't know. So I want to thank you for tuning in to my channel. I greatly appreciate my viewers because it's just a small channel. And have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.